Hello my dear students and welcome back to the chemistry classes. So in this session we will discuss about the numerical part in the chemical kinetics chapter. Okay, so the first numerical part that we shall discuss is about average rate and instantaneous rate. Okay, now how do we, first of all, what is rate? What do you mean by rate of a reaction? Means the change in the concentration of the reactant or change in the concentration of the product with respect to time. We call it as rate of a reaction. So let us generally consider one reaction. Suppose there is one reaction like this. Okay, so now the rate of reaction of this reaction can be expressed in terms of reactant and it can be expressed in terms of product. Okay, but in the rate there are two types. One is average rate and another is instantaneous rate. So you people already know what is meant by average rate. We will consider the rate of the reaction as average when the time difference, when we are considering the change in the concentration of the reactant or change in the concentration of products with respect to time. When the time gap is larger, we will go for average rate of reaction. Okay, then what is meant by instantaneous rate? Instantaneous rate means what is the change in the concentration of a particular reactant or a particular product, change in the concentration of the particular product at a particular instant of time. Okay, when I say a particular instant of time means, see, for this reaction, suppose the change in the concentration, when I say the change, say this is a 10 mole. Okay, initially it was 10 mole. Now it has decreased to 5 moles. It has decreased to 5 moles. Say this change is taking place in 5 minutes. Okay, then I will say this rate of reaction is in terms of average rate of reaction because there is a time gap. Okay, now if I express it as, say, the change in the concentration of A at exactly third minute, that we will call it as instantaneous rate. Okay, so how do we express the average rate of the reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction, that we shall see now. First thing, when we express the average rate, I will consider it as RAVG like this. So how do I express average rate of a reaction is, see, minus sign we will write for reactant. If we are expressing the rate of reaction in terms of reactant, then we will write the negative sign. Why negative sign? Because concentration of reactant is decreasing. So minus sign, then delta. When the change in the concentration is larger, then we will use the symbol delta. Change in the concentration of A divided by delta T is equal to minus, this is equal to plus. Why plus in terms of product? When we express the average rate, we will write the plus symbol. Why we will write the plus symbol? Because concentration of product is increasing with respect to time. So it will become as delta So this is how do we express the average rate of a reaction. Here delta T refers to change in the concentration is how much change in the concentration in how much of time, means just earlier I have written in 10 minutes means in 0 to 5 minutes what is the change in the concentration of A, in 0 to 5 minutes what is the change in the concentration of B, like that. Okay, then how do we write the R instantaneous? So R instantaneous is equal to, see, when we are expressing the rate in terms of instantaneous rate, the change in the concentration is very small, very small. Why very small? Because there is no time gap like this. The gap of time is very less, infinitesimally small will be there. Therefore we express it as minus D refers to infinitesimally small change in the concentration or very small change in the concentration in very small interval of gap. dt is equal to minus dA plus Okay, so this is how do we express the rate of a reaction. So there are two types of rate of reaction. One is average rate and the other one is instantaneous rate. Now here if you look into the reaction, it is symmetric. Why I am saying it is symmetric? Because every reactant and product produced are in terms of 1 mole only. If the reactants are not in 1 mole or even the products are not in 1 mole, say one example I'll take, say A plus 2B is giving you 3 moles of C. Now this reaction is not symmetric one. Why? Because here 1 mole of A is there, it is reacting with 2 moles of B and totally I am getting 3 moles of C. Unlike this reaction is different. So when a reaction is like this, then how do we write uniform rate of a reaction? Okay, now one thing is to be considered is that, see, unless and until in the question it is mentioned to calculate the average rate of reaction, most of the time we will express the rate of a reaction in terms of instantaneous rate of reaction. Okay. So here, now for this reaction, to get a uniform rate of reaction, that is very important. So how do we write the uniform rate of reaction for this reaction is, so rate is equal to, okay, so here nothing. So first I'll write, then you'll understand. Now see, so this is the uniform rate of reaction. For this reaction, this is the uniform rate of reaction. Now how do I say that this is a uniform rate of reaction? Now see, it is in 1 mole, so there is, I have not divided the rate of this reactant by any coefficient. Whereas here if you see, now to make 2 molars of B in 1 molar, if I divide it by 2, then it will become, or half mole. Half mole of this means what? It is 2 mole. Half mole means it will become 1 mole. So I am dividing the rate of reaction by 2. Okay, or half of the change in the concentration of B refers to, now this is 2 moles, half of this means 1 mole. So I am getting 1 mole here. Similarly here, 3 moles of C is there. To make it 1 mole, I am dividing it by 3. Then it will become in terms of 1 mole. So for any reaction which is not symmetric one, then how to get the uniform rate of reaction is, whatever the stoichiometric coefficient in a balanced chemical reaction, so the rate is expressed in such a way that each of the reactant is divided by its stoichiometric coefficient. Okay, so here A has no stoichiometric coefficient, so the rate of this has not been divided by any coefficient. Here B's stoichiometric coefficient is 2, therefore it is divided by 2. Here the stoichiometric coefficient of C is 3, so it is divided by 3. So this is the uniform rate of reaction. Okay, so there are, when 2 different types of rate of reactions are there, how do we get the uniform rate of reaction? This is how do we get the rate of reaction. Okay, now we will solve some of the problems here. Now here the first question is saying that express the rate of following reactions. Okay, so how do we solve this? Based on general, just like how we have solved this equation, we have to solve like that. So the first equation is saying that 4 moles of phosphine is decomposing, giving you phosphor plus 3 moles of hydrogen. Then how do we write? First one, A, so rate R is equal to, now this is reactant, so first write the minus symbol. Now what is its stoichiometric coefficient? 4, therefore 1 upon 4 into D, change in the concentration of phosphine divided by delta T is equal to, now these two are products, so first write plus symbol, then there is no stoichiometric coefficient, so phosphor divided by dt is equal to, now hydrogen's stoichiometric coefficient is 3, therefore plus first, then 1 upon 3 into change in the concentration of hydrogen divided by dt. Okay, so this is how do we write the uniform rate of reaction, or this is how we express the rate of reaction for the first one. Now second one, B. Now how do we write the rate of reaction for this? Okay, so rate R is equal to, now this is reactant, so first minus sign will come, then it is its stoichiometric coefficient is 2, therefore 1 upon 2 into change in the concentration of okay, dt is equal to, then these two are products, so first write plus symbol, then its stoichiometric coefficient is 2, therefore 1 upon 2 into divided by dt, this is equal to again plus symbol, so what is its stoichiometric coefficient? 1, so no need to divide by anything, dO2 divided by dt. Okay, so this is how do we write the rate of reaction. See, now here one more relationship you have to understand is, see, in this reaction sometimes they will ask you rate of disappearance of, they will give you the rate of disappearance of reactant, or they will give you rate of appearance of products. ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಸಿ ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಡಿಸಪಿಯರ್ ಆದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗತೈತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ. ದೆನ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರಿತೇನೆ ಏನಂತಂದರೆ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್, ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ decrease in the concentration of the reactant. Okay, then next one is rate of appearance, rate of appearance ಅಥವಾ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸಿಯಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್, ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟಂಟ್, ಇದನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇನದಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ನಾನು 1 mole ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್, ದಿಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆರ್ ದ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ 1 mole. ಸೊ ಈಗೇನು ಅನ್ಬೋದು, ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫಿನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ, ನಾವು ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಯಾ ಹಿಯರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಅದ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ಸ್. ನಾವು ಸೇ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ, ಈಗ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿ ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅದಂತ ಈಗ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ, -1/4 ಇಂಟು ದಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರಂತ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಸೇ ಸಪೋಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಯು 3.6 ಇಂಟು 10 to the power -4 ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ನಾವು ಪ್ಲಸ್ 1/3 ಇಂಟು ಇದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈಗ ಅವರೇನು ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫಿನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ, ನಾವು ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಯು ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಾವು ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ this side, so it will become like minus symbol bitbiಡ್ರ, just to indicate whether the concentration is increasing or decreasing. so ಇದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಂತು ಇವಾಗ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇದು, so 3.6 ಇಂಟು 10 to the power -4 into 3 divided by 4, this will become rate of appearance of hydrogen. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? or rate of formation of hydrogen is equal to this much. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದರೆ 1 mole ಆಫ್ ಫಾಸ್ಫಿನ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆದಾಗ ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಮೋಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಈ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಶಿಪ್ದ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆ, ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟಂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಯಿತೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಇದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇರೋ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಇರೋ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇದು, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದಷ್ಟೇ ತಗೋಬೋದು ನೀವು. ಓಕೆ, so this is your, I think you guys now know how to calculate the rate of disappearance or rate of decomposition, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ rate of appearance or formation ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, so now let us move on to the next problems. Let us see what types of problems we will get. Okay students, now we will see the second problem. So the second problem is saying that from the concentration of butyl chloride at different time intervals, calculate the average rate. Okay, so in this problem what we have to do is, okay, so they have given the concentration of butyl chloride at different time intervals. Here 0 seconds means initial concentration, then at 50 seconds what is the change in the concentration of butyl chloride, then at 100 seconds what is the change in the concentration of butyl chloride. Like this they have given, and they are asking you to calculate what? Average rate. Means there is some gap, right? Okay, 0 seconds initial, then 50 seconds, so the time gap is, or the time interval is more, so we can calculate the average rate. So what is the first formula we have to see? How do we calculate is, see, R average is equal to minus, so the concentration of butyl chloride at T2 minus change in the concentration of butyl chloride initial, or T1 I can do, then change in the time. Okay, time interval, how do we calculate? T2 minus T1. So this is the formula that we will be using to calculate the average rate of the reaction when the time interval is different. Okay, so first let us see. So the first interval for this, how do we calculate? See, so first R average 1 is equal to, so first T2 is how much? I mean 50 seconds, isn't it? At 50 seconds what is the concentration? 0.0905. So first put the values here. So minus, so what is the concentration? 0.0905 minus the concentration at T1. T1 means initial, so we will take this as a T1, this as T2, this as T2. Now what is the concentration at T1? It is 0.1. Okay, divided by T2 minus T1. What is T2? It is 50 seconds. So 50 minus 0. Okay, so 50 minus 0, it will be 50. Now this, if you minus in this, we'll get the value in negative. Okay, we'll get the values in negative. So this negative and negative value, when you multiply, you will get it as a positive value. So overall, on solving this, we will get the answer as 1.90 into 10 to the power minus 4. Okay, then this is your answer numerically, but we want unit. If you don't write the unit, you will not get the marks. Remember this, especially those who are interested, or who are very interested in getting JEE seats or NEET seat. You must be very careful when you are solving numericals. If you don't write the units, you will not get the marks. Okay, so what is the unit of rate of reaction? So unit of the rate of reaction is moles per liter. Okay, here the time is measured in seconds, so it will be moles per liter per second. It will be, if they have given minutes, then it will be moles per liter per minute. Okay, then moving on, we will calculate the second average is equal to, so now minus, so now it will be what? See, now this will be T1 and this will be T2. Okay, so now concentration, so first what we will write? So minus 0.0820, isn't it? Yeah, so minus 0.0905 divided by, now what is T2? It is 100 seconds minus 50 seconds. So when you solve this, again same thing, it will be 50, 100 minus 50, it will be 50. Okay, so this you whenever this is smaller value, this is larger value, so we'll get the answer in negative. So this negative into negative, it will become positive. So the answer, it will be in positive. So what is the answer? It will be 1.70 into 10 to the power minus 4 moles per liter per second. Then third average value, how do we calculate? Okay, minus, so now this will become our T1, then this will become T2, and how do we calculate that? Then it will be 0.0740 minus 0.0820 divided by, so it will be now 150 minus 100. So on solving this, you will get the answer as 1.58 into 10 to the power minus 4 moles per liter per second. So like this you can go on and calculate the average rate at different time intervals. Okay, so this is how do we calculate the average rate. See, another thing what you can do is, see, this negative symbol that we are using, or negative sign that we are using here, as I have said, it is to indicate it is to indicate what, the change in the concentration of reactant. Now if you don't want to write this, then you have to take as T1, the concentration of butyl chloride at T1 minus the concentration of butyl chloride at T2. That changes you have to make if you don't want to make use of this negative sign, but this will remain the same, T2 minus T1, this will remain the same. Okay, only this you can make a change, that concentration of butyl chloride at T1 minus concentration of T2 at concentration of butyl chloride at T2. Okay, and this is how we can calculate the average rate of the reaction. Now moving on, we will go to the third numerical. Let us see what is that saying. Alright students, now we will see the third problem. Now the third problem is saying that ammonia and oxygen react at a higher temperature as, okay, so 4 moles of ammonia reacts with 5 moles of oxygen, giving you 4 moles of nitrogen monoxide and 6 moles of water. Then what else they have given? If the rate of formation, now listen properly, they have given rate of formation of nitrogen monoxide is 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 3 moles per liter per second. Okay, then first thing what we have to calculate, rate of disappearance of ammonia we have to calculate, then rate of formation of water we have to calculate. See, in the problem what they have given, ammonia and oxygen are reacting at higher temperature following this equation. Okay, what they have given, rate of appearance or rate of formation of this they have given, and they are asking you to calculate the rate of disappearance of ammonia and rate of appearance or rate of formation of water. So now how do we solve this? So whenever such type of problems will come, first thing you have to write the uniform rate of reaction. First thing what you have to do, you have to write the uniform rate of reaction. Now how do we write the uniform rate of reaction? Okay, let us start. So rate is equal to, so here what is its stoichiometric coefficient? 4, and it is a reactant, so minus 1 upon 4 into, okay, ammonia divided by dt. This is equal to, now it is oxygen's stoichiometric coefficient is 5, so minus 1 upon 5 into dO2 divided by dt. So this is equal to plus its stoichiometric coefficient 1 upon 4 into dNO divided by dt is equal to plus 1 upon 6 into water divided by dt. So this is the uniform rate of reaction of this reaction. Now what they have given, they have given this value, and now they are asking what, rate of formation, means only this part they are asking. Okay, so first A, how do we solve A? Okay, so we know that now 1 upon 4 into this is equal to, now equal symbol is there, this one are equated directly, so this will be 1 upon 4 into this divided by dt. Now they have given what, this they have given, so it will become like 1 upon 4 multiplied by, this is the value is 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 3, 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 3 it will become, so this will be same dt. Now what they are asking, they are asking only this form, so this will become as dt is equal to, this 4 come on this side, so 4 divided by 4 into 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 3, so this will get cancelled. So the rate of formation of the rate of disappearance of ammonia is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 3 moles per liter per second it will be. Okay, so the first problem is over. Now second problem, rate of formation of water. So these two have to be compared now. This equation and this equation have to be compared. So B. So how do we calculate? So 1 upon 4 into dNO divided by dt is equal to 1 upon 6 into dt. Now you want this, so this 6 goes on that side, so it will be like 6 upon 4. This value they have given how much? 3.6 into 10 to the power minus 3. This equal to d upon dt, isn't it? So now on solving this, so we'll get it as I'll further simplify it. 36 into 10 to the power minus 4 it will become, so 4 1s are 4 9s are, so it will be 54 into 10 to the power minus 4. Now this is also correct, but here I have expressed it in terms of 10 to the power minus 3, so I will express this also in terms of 10 to the power minus 3. Also it will become as 5.4 into 10 to the power minus 4, sorry minus 3. What? Okay, what is the unit? Moles per liter per second is equal to, this is the rate of formation of water. This is the rate of formation of water, means per second, okay, per second this much amount of water is produced and per second this much of ammonia is consumed. Your understanding is, disappearance means per second this much of ammonia is disappearing and per second this much amount of water is formed. Okay, so this is the third problem. Next we will move on to the next fourth problem. Let us see what is the fourth problem is saying. Okay students, now we will move on to the next problem, and the next problem is saying that, see, the decomposition of nitrogen pentoxide in carbon tetrachloride at 318 Kelvin is studied. They have done an experiment, okay, in which nitrogen pentoxide is decomposing in carbon tetrachloride. Okay, the initial concentration of nitrogen pentoxide is 2.33 moles, and after 184 minutes it is reduced to 2.08 moles. Now the reaction follows the equation. Here the nitrogen pentoxide is decomposing into 4 moles of nitrogen dioxide and 1 mole of oxygen. Okay, so nitrogen pentoxide is decomposing like this. Okay, so now initial concentration of nitrogen pentoxide is how much? 2.33 moles. Okay, and it is reduced to 2.08 moles in how many minutes? It is 184 minutes. So the time interval is more. So when the time interval is more, you will calculate what? Average rate you will calculate. Okay, they are also asking you to calculate the average rate in terms of minutes, hours and seconds. Now minute they have given already, so first you have to calculate the average rate in terms of minutes, I mean per minute how much change of concentration of nitrogen pentoxide is occurring, then we have to convert that into hours, then finally we have to convert it into seconds. Okay, first thing, how do we solve this then? Okay, first thing you understand, so how do we express the average rate? So we know that R average is equal to, so change in the concentration of nitrogen pentoxide divided by, okay, this one. So this already they have given how much. See, change in the concentration means this is changed from this one to this. Okay, so it will become like 2.33 minus 2.08. How much time it has taken? 184 minutes. So it will be like 184 minutes it will be. Okay, understanding? So this is rate, I mean average rate. Okay, means change in the concentration of nitrogen pentoxide is from 2.33 moles to 2.08 moles in 184 minutes. So on solving this you will get it as a 6.79. Yes, so we'll get it as sorry, I've made a mistake here. Yes, first uniform rate of reaction you have to write it. Okay, so it will become as, so 1 upon 2. Okay, so this will be multiplied by 1 upon 2. Why? Because its stoichiometric coefficient is 2 here. Okay, so 1 upon 2. So this on solving will give you 6.79 into 10 to the power minus 4. Okay, so what is its unit then? Unit will be, they have given it in minutes, 184 minutes. So it will be like moles per liter per minute. Okay, this is in terms of minutes. Now how do we calculate it in second? Is in hours. So it will remain the same. R average is equal to 1 upon 2 into 2.33 minus 2.08 divided by, now you have to convert this 184 minutes into hours, means see, you know the simple basics, right? So it is in minutes. Now how do we convert this minute into hours? Divided by 60. Okay, so when I divide 184 by 60, so the 60 will go this side, so it will become like 1 upon 2 into 2.33 minus 2.08 multiplied by 60 divided by 184. I hope you are understanding it. Whenever you are converting minutes into hours, you have to divide it by 60. Okay, then on solving this, we will get the answer as so we will get the answer as 4.067, so moles per liter. Now you have converted this 184 minutes into hours, so this will be per hour. This will be per hour. Okay, then last one is you have to calculate it in seconds, isn't it? So R average is equal to 1 upon 2 into 2.33 minus 2.08 divided by 184. It is in minutes. So how do we convert minutes into second? You will multiply the minutes by 60. So this you will get the answer as 1.13 into 10 to the power minus 5. Sorry, this will be 4.067 into 10 to the power minus 2 moles per liter per hour. So this will be, now in seconds it will be 1.13 into 10 to the power minus 5 moles per liter per second. So we have calculated the average rate in terms of, first we have calculated in terms of minutes, then we have calculated the average rate in terms of hours, then finally we have calculated the average rate in terms of seconds. So simple thing, you should know that when you are converting the minute into hours, you will divide it by 60. Okay, and when you are converting minutes into second, you will multiply it by 60. Okay, that you must know. Okay, this is the fourth problem. Now we will see the fifth problem. Okay students, now let us see the fifth problem, and it is saying that a reaction proceeds as, so 3x, it is a decomposing actually to give you 2 moles of Y and 1 mole of Z. Okay, in a vessel, so it is a gaseous reaction which is in which 3 moles of X is a decomposing, giving you 2 moles of Y and 1 moles of Z in a vessel. Okay, the rate of disappearance of X, the rate of disappearance of X is found to be, so 0.072 moles per liter per second. Calculate. Okay, so the rate of formation of Y and rate of formation of Z you have to calculate. So in order to calculate the rate of formation of Y and Z, how do we calculate? First write the uniform rate of reaction for this. So the uniform rate of reaction for this, how do we write? R is equal to minus 1 upon 3 into, okay, they have given delta, so delta X divided by delta T, this is equal to, this is 2 moles, so plus 1 upon 2 into delta T is equal to, so here nothing, so delta Z upon delta T. So first let us calculate the rate of formation of Y. So then the rate of formation of Y, how do we, means first you have to compare these two equations. So it will become like, now 1 upon 3 into delta X divided by delta T is equal to 1 upon 2 into delta Y divided by delta T. Now this you have to calculate, means 2 goes on that side, so it will be like 2 upon 3 into, now this they have given, okay, this they have given how much, 0.072, so write that 0.072 is equal to, so delta or formation of Y. Okay, so on you solving this equation, see 3 ones, so it will become like 3 2. Okay, 24, it will become 24. So 2 into this 24, so this will be, here only I'll write, so it will be like 2 0, 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8. Okay, so rate of formation of Y is equal to 0.048. What is the unit they have given here? Moles per liter per second. So rate of formation of Y is 0.048 moles per liter per second. Okay, now similarly when we calculate the second one, then we will get it as 1/3 into delta x divided by delta t is equal to delta z upon delta t. So this, there is no stoichiometric coefficient, this value they have given, so it will be like 1/3 into 0.072 is equal to, so what is the value? Just now we have calculated here, so 0.02 moles per liter per second is equal to rate of formation of Z. Okay, so this is how do we calculate the rate of formation of Y and Z. Okay, so these are the problems based on average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction. Okay, so now you should be able to solve any problem on average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction. So in the next session we shall solve the problems based on the order of a reaction and rate constant, that we shall see in the next session. Okay, thank you so much, students.